Welcome to this explainer. I'm absolutely pumped to get into our topic today because it's going to completely challenge everything we think we know about engineering. Today, we're diving into nature's perfect blueprints explained. But hey, before we look at any data, just do me a favor and close your eyes for a second. Picture a spider web just kind of blowing gently in the wind. It's delicate, right? Almost transparent. Honestly, it seems like the most fragile thing in the natural world. Like you could just brush it away and not even feel it. Well, today, we're going to dig into the exact science of why that assumption is, frankly, totally wrong. Let's just dive right in, because the math on this completely shatters our everyday assumptions. Get this, based on rigorous scientific calculations, if you were to actually weave a rope out of the silk from a Madagascan spider, that single rope would have the stopping power to halt a massive 4-car subway train right in its tracks. No way, right? I mean, just think about the sheer kinetic energy of a speeding train, and then imagine all of that being caught by a material produced inside a tiny arachnid. It literally sounds like science fiction, but it's pure biological fact. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why scientists are so obsessed right now. On one hand, you've got this delicate spider silk, and on the other, humanity's ultimate industrial heavyweights, steel and Kevlar. When you match them weight for weight, this natural fiber is actually 5 times stronger than solid steel. 5 times! And when it comes to absorbing sudden, violent impacts, biological silk actually outperforms Kevlar. Yeah, the exact same material we use to make bulletproof vests. A tiny little spider simply outmatches our heaviest, most advanced industries. Section 1. The scientific secrets of silk. So we can't just stop at being amazed, right? We have to look at the hard science. This perfection is grounded in incredibly complex, peer-reviewed geometry. Professor Marcus Buehler over at MIT, publishing in the journal Nature, explains that the secret to the silk isn't just magic, it's actual structural engineering at a molecular level. The unfathomable strength of this material comes directly from the highly specific geometric configuration of its proteins. And the manufacturing process itself? Just as mind-blowing. Professor Kiichi Numata from Kyoto University describes what is essentially a rapid, super high-tech micro-manufacturing plant operating right inside the spider. It possesses this intricate pipeline that takes liquid protein and, in an absolute flash, converts it into a solid, complex silk structure. I mean, it's doing high-level chemical synthesis at room temperature. Meanwhile, our greatest human factories, with all their smoke, noise, and massive energy bills, are still struggling to replicate it efficiently. Section 2. Biomimicry, copying nature. This whole idea brings us to a field called biomimicry. This is where engineers have basically realized, hey, it's way easier to just copy nature than to invent something from scratch. Let's look at some real-world applications. First up, the Gecko. It runs across smooth ceilings without any adhesives. Stanford University directly copied this to create an actual wall-climbing robot. Next, the Moth. It can detect just a few nanograms of a scent from over 100 meters away. The Max Planck Institute copied that exact mechanism to build incredibly sensitive, explosive detectors. And finally, Mussels. They maintain this unbreakable grip on slippery rocks during insane ocean storms. We took their iron-based adhesive system and used it to create cutting-edge medical tissue glue. The dynamic here is actually super profound. Think about the sheer, exhausting effort of human engineering compared to the effortless solutions found in these creatures. Humanity spends billions trying to manufacture stronger materials. Well, the spider already does it. We struggle to engineer adhesive-free gripping systems. The gecko already has it. We labor to design ultra-sensitive chemical detectors, and the moth is literally born with them. Scientists aren't really the primary inventors here, you know? They're dedicated students, carefully copying the ultimate master engineers.
Section 3. Whose patents are these?
So that realization brings us to a major philosophical pivot. I want you to visualize something with me for a second. Imagine walking into this massive, ancient patent office. Lining the shelves are thousands upon thousands of the most brilliant, flawless engineering inventions ever conceived. But the creators of these blueprints lived millions of years ago. There are no official human patents on the mechanics of a gecko's foot or the chemical synthesis of spider silk. We are just the latecomers borrowing the files. So, we're left with this massive, undeniable question just staring us right in the face. Who gave them these technologies? Section 4. The source of perfection. To find the answer, our source text takes us all the way from scientific mystery straight to a spiritual conclusion. It provides a perspective directly from the Quran, citing Surah An-Nam, verse 88. the artistry of Allah, who disposes of all things in perfect order. According to the text, this answers our grand question. It frames the flawless geometry, the molecular strength, and the biological manufacturing not as just random accidents, but as deliberate, divine artistry, where everything was created in absolute, perfect order. When we look back at the perfect creations we've talked about today, the incredibly calculated geometric strength of spider silk, the microscopic physics of the gecko's adhesive-free feet, the stunning nanosensitivity of the moth's antennae, this whole concept of pre-existing, perfect artistry applies directly to every single scientific marvel on this list. Which really leaves us with a powerful final thought. We often celebrate our technological advancements as if we're out here single-handedly conquering the unknown. But biomimicry is actually far more humbling. As we look closer through our microscopes, we realize we aren't inventing perfection. Perfection was already there, just waiting to be found. So the next time you step outside, ask yourself, what other world-changing blueprints are hiding quietly in your own backyard? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the world around you.